People who are saved during the tribulation period will likely be hunted down and murdered. Satan will use everything at his disposal to stop the word of God from being preached during this time. So be prepared to die for the cause of Christ. You will have to endure great hardship, but again, your reward will be with Jesus. My second piece of advice is read Revelation. Know it word for word. This will be your primary source for the next 7 years, or until you face martyrdom. Note that the book of Revelation is actually the revelation of Jesus Christ, so it comes from Jesus himself. You will learn that the world is about to go into tremendous confusion. For 7 years, tribulation and death and judgment will be poured out on Babylon and Mystery Babylon, which are the false religious system and the false political system. In the confusion, somebody is going to step forward and say, "I've got the answer. This is the Antichrist." People are going to worship and accept him. But at the end of the 7-year period, Jesus Christ is going to come from heaven, and he's going to slay the armies of the Antichrist as they are converging on Jerusalem. Christ is going to come back and rescue Israel from annihilation. This is called the Battle of Armageddon. You may have heard of it. Number 3, don't take the mark of the beast. Once you do, that's it. According to Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 through 18, it says, speaking of the Antichrist, "Also, it causes all, both small and great, both rich and poor, both free and slave, to be marked on the right hand or forehead, so that no one can buy or sell unless he has the mark, that is, the name of the beast or the number of its name." This calls for wisdom. Let the one who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. This mark acts as a seal for the followers of the Antichrist and the false prophet, who is the spokesperson for the Antichrist. The false prophet, which is the second beast, is the one who causes the people to take this mark, which is literally placed in the hand or the forehead, and it's not simply a card someone carries around. You will not be able to buy or sell without it, so I would suggest that you find the locations of where food is stored and stock up immediately and get out of Dodge before it becomes too difficult to do so. At the time of making this video, no one actually knows what the mark will be. Some say it will be a chip implanted in our skin, others say it could be some kind of neural implant, and others say it could be merely a spiritual marking when you bow down to the Antichrist. Now, you will know what the mark is and when it's presented, because by taking the mark, you will be giving your allegiance to the powers that be, which will be the Antichrist and his evil army. No one can force you to take the mark, so hold fast until Jesus comes, and your reward, again, will be great in heaven. As Revelation chapter 20 verse 4 says, "I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Jesus, and for the word of God, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their right hands. And they lived and reigned with Christ 1,000 years." Number 4, do all that you can to endure to the end, maintaining your allegiance to Christ. Chances are that if you're watching this video during the tribulation, you haven't fully been deceived, and the great delusion mentioned in 2 Thessalonians has not taken hold of you just yet. There's a reason God has allowed you to see through the veil. Now it's up to you to draw a line in the sand with Jesus. While it is unfortunate that you missed the rapture, you have been chosen for a special cause, to bring people to Christ in the last hour. Your life should be nothing to you now, only a tool to share the gospel and give other tribulation saints courage to stand strong until the end. In the words of Jesus, "Blessed are you when others revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven. For in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you." Take care and Godspeed.